Hello and welcome to the Lorna Marie Fitness Podcast, the show where we talk all things fitness, health, mindset and lifestyle to help you become fitter, healthier and happier. I help busy people who lack time, motivation and self-belief to look and feel great again. If you want to work with me, head over to lornamariefitness.co.uk, but for now, enjoy this episode. Anna, tell me all about you and what you do.
So, Anna is 34. I have 3 kids, 10, 3, and 1 will be 2 tomorrow. So all 3 boys, and I work full-time for an IT company and I'm a quality lead. So I look after the quality side of the help desk that the guys are delivering some beautiful resolutions to our clients, and I look after them basically doing the right things. So I have told myself for years that it's impossible, virtually impossible to do anything for me. I just told myself that. I just said, Anna, you're a mum, you're a wife, you're working. There is just no such thing as Anna time. You just kind of, you become the mum, the wife, the whatever person at work. You lose yourself completely if you don't put yourself. Yes, it might sound a little bit egocentric that when you put yourself first, but actually my mum always said this to me and I never understood it until I've joined the squad. She's always said, Anna, you know when you get on the plane, what is the first thing they tell you when they do the safety instructions? And I was like, I don't know, they do the corridor, the stuff. And she's like, no, but what is the first actual instruction about if something happened, what would you have to do? I was like, I still don't know, Mom. Is it a tricky question? She was like, right, I'll tell you what you do. You put your mask on first before you can help anybody else. Yeah. And she used to always say this to me. And I was like, I don't really get what you mean, Mom. Like, I'm busy. I've got kids. I've got work. I haven't got the time for me. And then you get yourself to a point where you completely lose your identity. Like, my husband walked into the kitchen and I just felt like listening to some music one night. And he walked in and he said, what are you doing? You don't listen to music. And I thought to myself, what has happened in my life that I don't even know who I am anymore? Like, I don't know who Anna is anymore. Like, I love music. I love listening to music. But for some reason, for years, I just haven't listened to music because of whatever reason. So obviously when I found you, I just had my last baby, and that was in I think January 2022, I want to say. Yes. And at that time, because I was on maternity leave, I just financially couldn't, even though I was prepared to kind of give it a go, I just thought to myself, now financially I wasn't in a position or whatever. I talked myself out of it. I didn't even speak to my husband because I thought, he probably would have even paid for it and said, forget about the money and you just do it. Yeah. But at that time I was like, I'm not even going to talk to him because what's the actual point? So then fast forward over a year, fast forward a lot of extra kilograms, fast forward a lot of sleepless nights, fast forward, having 3 kids, deal with that daily. The 2 little ones are actually autistic, so it has been a challenge. So when you don't put that mask on yourself, I ended up being borderline depressed, and obviously the weight is a big thing for me because I've always been a certain size, and I kind of liked the way I looked, and then all of a sudden you kind of look at yourself and you think, oh my God, I don't even know how to get out of this situation anymore. And yes, I know what I'm doing wrong. Yes, I'm not exercising. Yes, I'm eating a 6-pack of crisps just before I sit down to dinner. I know all of those things I'm doing wrong, but who is there to help me? Who is there to hold my hand and say, Anna, you need to stop doing this, because in the long run, you'll be happy if you stop doing these things and you start exercising and you start doing things. But anyway, I just got to a point where my doctors prescribed me antidepressants. I wasn't sleeping. Everything was going around in my head. Not surprisingly, my relationship was affected with my husband, and I was just being very miserable, like very miserable. Like I didn't like myself. I was fed up with myself. When you get to that point where you actually like, I didn't even want to, when sometimes you want to listen to yourself and you're like giving yourself a pep talk, but this was like every day, like, I don't like you, like you look awful. You just like when you just actually really hate yourself, it was a horrible place to be. But then I found the Zumba in Loudon, and I was talking to one of my friends who's actually a Squaddie now as well, Danielle, and I said to her, I said, listen, I've got to do something about it. I'm sick and tired of mooning about myself and how things are going. And we were having some quiz at work, and I just made up some excuse for everybody else that, I can't come in. But I told Danielle the real reason. I was like, I can't leave the house looking like this. I don't even have anything to wear because I've outgrown everything. So I don't really feel comfortable people looking at me. I wouldn't be myself. So I said, listen, I booked myself for this Zumba. So this local girl does this Zumba, and if I tell everybody that I'm going to do it, then I will have no excuse.
Yeah.
I'll have to do it. So that was my first little accountability, tiny step to learn how to be accountable. And I literally thought to myself, okay, well, this is going to be tough because I haven't exercised in like years. So it's going to be really hard. And I will not know anybody. I feel obese. I've put like the only joggers that fitted me at that point. I've put the biggest hoodie I had. I was like, I just have to hide. And I got in my car and I was like, I'm going to do it. My heart was pumping like mad. Anyway, I got there and I walk through the door and kind of like everybody knows each other. And I'm just like, then I'm like, oh my God, this is so awkward. Like, I don't know anybody. But then people started talking to me. And somebody walked out of your Pilates class that was before Zumba, and she said, "Oh, are you going to the hell room or something along those lines?" And I was like, "Oh my God, what am I doing to myself?" Like,
Who was that? I need to go and talk to them.
yeah, I was at that point, I was scared, but that tipped me over the edge. I was like petrified. I was like, I'm gonna walk out and I'm just gonna go home. But I thought, come on, I'm here. I've turned up. I'm just gonna give it a go. So, so I did the Zumba. I didn't die, which was a surprise. And I don't know if you remember, but after I'd literally had this build up of so many years of the disappointment myself and all of these things that I didn't like about myself. And after that class, I just cried.
I
I
remember.
was so happy. I was just so happy that I did it, that I turned up, I did it, I didn't die, and I actually felt great. So,
Yeah, that was a huge
and then
turning point for you, Anna. That was a massive
I
turning point.
I was, yeah, I don't think I've ever felt like this before. In terms of like fitness, I never thought that fitness could give you that kind of experience of almost like like it tapped into so deeply into my emotions and who I was, and
Yeah.
like and all the buildup of like sadness and just everything, it just kind of like evaporated from me. and and I was just so happy. And then we obviously after the session, you said, oh, I'm actually trialing this 2 week course thing. And I thought to myself, do you know what, at this point I don't even care how much it's going to be, I'm just going to do it.
Yeah.
So I remember I came back home and I said to my husband, I said, I have never felt this great in my life.
Oh,
I was like, I have to do this. Like, I have to sign up to this thing, whatever it takes. And I will be definitely going every week to this Zumba thing and this online. I'm just going to try it, see how it works. And here I am.
you
I
never
mean,
look
this was
back.
in, and this is like April. So, this is like 8, 9 months nearly now.
Yeah.
And I swear on this. This is like the best thing I have ever done for myself.
Oh,
Um,
so proud. I really am. I'm so proud of you and how far you've come. You're like a
I am,
you're like a new person, Anna.
I really am. Like it's it's mad how much that just allowing myself that time to myself, allowing that time to exercise, to even just literally focus on the exercise, like just kill everything else that's happening at home, at work, in your life, or whatever. I shut that door to my living room, and it's just me and you, and you do some great classes, so it's just a bonus that I really enjoy your classes, and I found myself smiling, in fact, borderline laughing yesterday. I was doing a Zumba, and this is like bum body pump kind of thing with a bum sticking at the back, and I was literally just like laughing my head off, and I'm like, I would have never done that in a gym or like with a lot of like people that I don't know around me. This is why I could never stick to gym, because I don't like sweating in public. I don't like when people look at me. And to be fair, the gym equipment, it's a little bit awkward. I think like I'd have to have a PT, and I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't know even where to start. But with your classes, it's like anyone can do it.
Yeah.
Like anyone can turn up, and anyone can just give it a go, because even if some of them are a little bit too intense for you, you always do like kind of, like lower impact kind of version. So, if you can't run, just walk, but walk. And that is already more walking than what you would have done if you didn't do the class, if that makes sense. So
Yeah, of course.
it's for me, it's the variety of your classes. I mean, the fact that I don't have to go for like I don't know, like a gym schedule, and I don't know, take and book myself onto a class and then turn up to it, and the whole hassle of it. Like it might be overbooked, or it might not happen. The instructor might call in sick, whatever. There are so many things that could go wrong. And you just, by the time you pack your bag and you get in the car, you just can't be bothered. And then you come back home, and it's just so much drama. So just firing up a class. So today I only had half an hour lunch, and I did two classes. So to say I only literally had my lunch break, and I've managed to do a Zumba class and the strength class, that's incredible. And
Yeah.
I can just do it kitchen, living room, hallway, wherever I want to do it, wherever I've got a bit of space. I can just do it. Like I took you on holiday. Like I took you on holiday. And my mom was like, "Oh, this is incredible!" Like she's like, and she's looking at my sister. She's like, "You should do it. You should do it. You should do it with Anna. Like, why are you not exercising?" And I think I must have really changed, and people must really notice it, because my husband started exercising again as well with me, which is fantastic because he's lost a lot of weight as well, and he's getting fitter, which is amazing. Um, and obviously, my family has noticed, apart from the weight loss, which is a very obvious thing. But
You've
like,
lost so
my
much, Anna. How much have you lost in total? Go on.
18 kilograms now.
Oh my goodness. You see, from going from someone who didn't feel like she deserved to make time for herself, had that mum guilt, was so busy and
Mm,
made excuses to not make time for herself,
hmm
to someone who is now embracing working out as part of her routine, just part of you. It's become part of you. And like you said, doesn't
hmm
matter what's going on in the world, you prioritize that you time, you're filling up your cup, you're putting
mm,
on your oxygen mask so that you can then be there for everyone else
hmm
too. But you found that new you, that Anna that had been hiding away for so long, and you
Yep.
just radiate energy. You really do. You it just shines out of you, and yeah,
I
I'm so
think
pleased.
I think that's what somebody said that at work, because I don't go to the office, I work from home. And
Yeah.
one of the girls at work said, "Do you know what, Hannah? I really like when you come in, because it's like you just have this energy. I just want to be surrounded by this energy." And I'm thinking to myself, just because I joined your squad, and just because I am giving myself that time, and just because I've put this into my routine, like you said, it is my routine. There's absolutely no going back. This is what I do. This is like eating breakfast or going to bed. This is
Yeah.
just one of the things I do now. My whole like obviously, physically I'm changed, but mentally,
Mm.
it's if people can notice change mentally, because we can put these masks on that, you know, people don't have to really know you, and they just think, oh, she's all right, she's happy. But when it like your whole literally body language, your whole, everything that you do, you just actually are happy
Yeah.
in within yourself, and people can notice it. It's like
Yeah.
borderline weird. I'm like,
It's your
it's
energy.
great.
Yeah.
It's great that it's like people can notice, and it's really nice that the weight loss, yes, but the energy, being a positive person, because I was already so very negative about everything. I was just so mardy nonstop. That for me to be like positive and a little bit more upbeat, it's nice. And yeah, and I go out now. I do things. I've got a work party in 2 weeks' time, and I'm actually looking forward to it. And I might even wear shorts or a skirt. Who knows?
Hey,
But
why not? Yeah.
why not?
Why
And
not?
and I just like love being in this body now, and I love having this routine because it just transformed me as a person,
Yeah.
as a mom, as a wife, as a colleague, because I have this, like, even at work, like I have, when you just fill up for like everything just fills up, builds up, like all the anger, I don't know, stress from work and stuff. Like now I have a way out of it. I just put combat class and that's it. See you later, stress, anger, whatever it is. 20, 30 minutes later, I'm like borderline dead, but stress free,
Yeah.
anger free,
You've had
and
that
very happy.
release. It is like a
Absolutely.
release, isn't it? Just a release of so much. And we don't realise, I think, how much stress we're holding. Like sometimes you get to the
Mm-mm.
end of the day and you're like, why have I got a shoulder ache? Oh, it's because I've been stressing. I'm
Mm-hmm.
literally holding my shoulders up here. You do a class and it just dissipates. It just goes. So Anna, I
Mm-hmm.
would love to know. Obviously, you've come so far, not with just your weight, but with how you are in yourself, like how you feel in yourself,
Mm-hmm.
your emotional well-being. And I think that's actually quite a common theme. A lot of people come to us for the weight loss and then they end up, yeah, losing weight, but staying because they feel just incredible in themselves. They're showing up as a better person at home and at work. And just like you say, you're radiating this new energy. So for you now, what's the next step? Where does Anna want to take her fitness, her goals in the next, let's say half a year? Where do you want to be in half a year's time? Even if it's just, doing what you're doing now.
Absolutely, definitely doing what I'm doing now. But you said something interesting, not so long ago. I think actually you said it a few times. If you you can do easy things and have a hard life,
Yeah.
or you can go for the hard things and then everything else will seem a little bit easier. So, with that in mind, I am not a great runner, but I've signed myself up for the Muddy Run in
Yes.
June.
Yes.
So that's in 6 months. So to answer your question, my goal is obviously to maintain doing everything that I'm doing,
Mm-hmm.
like the classes and my routine, but also I'd like to get back to running. And I would like before June to be able to run 5K in 30 minutes, which is something I did before. I did the Race for Life before, and I did it in 27 minutes. So I know I can do it, but I just haven't ran for so long. And being a mom of three boys means that I've got a very poorly pelvic floor. So running is a challenge. So I'm actually pushing myself now to do Pilates. So last
Good.
week I said to myself, listen, Anna, this is it. You're gonna become a runner. If you want to become a runner, Lorna says you need to do Pilates.
I
So
do.
I did the 6 days challenge last week. that you had on demand. Yes, they're only 15 minutes, but let me tell you, some of them are really hard, like 15 minutes. You would think like, what can you do in 15 minutes? Like, let's be honest, a lot. Like you
Yes.
can do a lot in 15 minutes. So that's my goal. The being able to run 5K in 30 minutes.
You've totally got
And
this,
obviously
Anna.
and obviously turn up to the muddy race and just have fun. Just have
Yes.
fun, raise money, have fun, see the rest of the squad, see you, and just have a great day, really. That's the goal.
Oh, well, Anna, that is amazing. And I'm sure you're going to absolutely smash it. And like you said, it's
Thank
all
you.
about having fun as well. It's great to have those goals to reach, and I'm sure you're going to smash it anyway. But I just want to say a huge thank you and also a huge well done. You have come so, so far. And I'm honestly really, really proud of you. So thank you so much for
Thank
taking this
you.
time to chat to me.
No
Oh,
problem. Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
so you're so inspirational. I think anyone listening to that would just be like, "Oh my gosh, this girl, she is on fire." Yeah,
You see, I don't see myself like that. But if I sometimes I think like, when someone is so positive, it's like almost like, oh, you're on drugs. Like, old me would be like, oh, you're on drugs. Like, it's somebody paid you a lot of money to say these things because nobody can be that positive. And honestly, just I always thought you exercise to lose weight, to stay at a certain weight, and that's how I always perceived it.
yeah,
And I have never ever taken into account the whole of mental health aspect of it at all. Like people were saying this to me, but I'm like, well, I've been to the gym before. I'm like, and
yeah,
okay, I've lost weight, but and like it didn't make me happy. Like what I do, what I did with your classes, that makes me happy because I love to dance. So if I can build that into a fitness routine, amazing.
yeah.
Like amazing, like some really good tunes and like and your smile as well. That's really, it's very helpful because you always radiate this like energy that is infectious. Like it I want to be there with you. Like we
You
were saying
are.
with my honestly, we were saying this with my friends, because I've dragged two people onto the Ibiza thing, the Ibiza workout in
Aerobics,
Loudon.
yeah.
And they said, "Oh my God, this girl is like, she's the tiniest thing, but she's got this like energy that is just out of this world." And I said, "Wow, Del, this is it. This just going to be me one day." And it kind of is now.
Yes,
So
it is.
I love it. I just genuinely love it. And the fact that I actually even like combat is like so weird. I never thought, I've always been against like boxing or any fighting or anything of any sort. And Andy used to always say to me, like, you should just get some boxing gloves and get a punch bag and you can get a really good workout out of it.
It's not the same.
That's
No. Like
no,
double jab, uppercut, to the beat.
I absolutely love combat. It's just something to my head that nothing else can do. And Zumba just makes me happy. Like, and power walk is just like, oh, I can't be bothered to do a workout. I'm just going to do a power walk. And then I find myself, I do a power walk and I like it that much. I'll do another 3 or 4 classes. It's like, it's always like my let's
Going.
ease me into it kind of workout.
And then you can't stop.
I love it.
Oh,
I love it.
oh well, thanks so much.
No.
Thanks for taking this time. And what are you doing tomorrow? Are you coming to the live? Are you coming in the morning?
Well, I have put it in my journal, so
Yes. Come on. Right, I'll see you there nice and early then. You got it. Oh, thanks
I
so
got
much,
it.
Anna. Anyway,
Thank you,
enjoy the rest
Lorna.
of your night. I don't want to keep you for
You
any
too.
longer. I appreciate it's your evening, so thank you so much.
No
And
problem. Thank you so
I'll see
much.
you soon. Mwah.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah,
Bye.
see you in the
Bye.
morning.
Bye bye.
Bye.